Okay, first thing we have on the agenda is the findings of fact. Consideration for HT Ventures LLC.
Okay.
Michelle's much sent those around to us. If you want to just, I appreciate your brevity on
Okay,
findings.
that works.
No, I mean, the way you've been concise with words.
So, yes, this is a rezone request from Colin Hunter of Rocky Mountain Capital, also HT Ventures, on behalf of Joseph Sale to rezone the property from the R1 to R2. And then the Planning Commission had the public hearing on October 26, 2022. Recommended approval, the rezone to a lower density of R1.5 zone, the request of the applicant during the public hearing. And then we had the subsequent hearing on January 11th. So do you want me to work through more of these or just skip to the end?
Just to go to the conclusions, because I think the rest are, unless you have any questions on them. I read through the facts.
Okay. So in conclusions, we have our typical A, B, C, and D. In our E, we have our consistent conditions that we place with street lighting, adequate paving, water, irrigation, fire protection, and then sewer, and then plating. And then the one thing that's a bit different with this one, we have G, when property is adjacent to a city's jurisdiction, the county would prefer that the property is annexed and developed within the city. In this particular case, the previous developer had applied for annexation into the city of Ammon with a similar application and was denied. The application then came to the county, and the county has a responsibility to review all applications for compliance with the zoning ordinance and comp plan.
With the county. So,
With the county.
okay.
A decision based upon the above facts, and it's a decision of the county commissioners that the request for amendment from R1 to the amended request of R1.5 be approved, provided that the limitations and restrictions as listed above are complied with. Any questions for me?
That reflected my concerns that the city of Athens approach was that we should just have it because they wanted them to annex, but when they make an application and comply with the county ordinance, that would be arbitrary or not.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wanted something in there to reflect the fact that we would prefer that if the property is annexed, I mean, we prefer that growth is within a city, but I think this reflects that.
Well, the cities have a responsibility to make it work under our ordinances too.
Yeah.
If we're trying to get them in there. Okay.
I make a motion, we approve the findings of facts as presented.
Second the motion.
All in favor? Aye. Okay.
I will get this off to them. I'll get this off to them.
Okay, that takes care of that.
You want to do this while Michelle's here while we're still on?
Then I have the continuation as well. You should have
Go on.
the request for an extension for the subdivision plat, Panorama Hills. It's on the agenda as well. I had sent it to Caleb. It is a preliminary plat that went to the planning commission back in February 23rd of 2022. This is for the well lot up on Panorama to provide a water tank for the water association up there. And they have been working through easements and getting all of that, and it has taken them a while, and they're getting very close to the deadline, and they're not gonna quite make it, so they've asked for a 3-month extension.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they have submitted a final plat, and they're working with us through it. But
Is it on
That's-
City Works or?
yeah, it's one that I think you've made comments on. But you asked them where the easement was.
Yeah, it's gotta touch the lot. so-
Yeah. But we gotta get through the other one to get to them, and the people are just being difficult, is my understanding.
Okay, so this is your request to appoint Mark Keel. I think this is a recommendation.
Yeah, we have been looking for someone to fill that area out in the southwest portion, in the New Sweden area. Mark lives in that area, longtime resident. Mark's been very involved in water issues as well as his dad and canal issues. And I think he'll make a really good member of the planning and zoning board, so I would move that we make that one.
I'd second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Does that fill us up? Do we have any
So.
open?
I think that fills us up.
Okay. Okay,
All right.
now we can let you go.
Okay. Don't want me to? I can do that.
Okay.
Last week, we talked about the amendment for JUB to change their contract. I told you I'd put it on the agenda, and so the amendment is there for you to sign.
Okay with this?
Thanks, Michelle.
See ya.
With that, we are having a pre-construction meeting starting next week, and they'll get going on some of the final irrigation stuff, as soon as the end of January. So they're gonna start pushing dirt out there,
Be good for people to see.
maybe.
Just make sure they kind of spread the mud on the road and that,
All over the
just
place.
like sanding it, is sort of.
Sure, we'll tell them that. That's the only thing I had on the agenda. I will tell you that you're probably going to expect another call from Nate Wessel. I don't know.
I had one this morning, I drove out there last night.
Okay.
Right, that's the worst road the only area that I've seen worse than that, they haven't done. I mean, the ruts are that deep. I couldn't see where he'd actually bladed it at all.
Okay.
The only one I've seen worse is up there in Rockwell's, where you don't get into those, where they're under construction. I don't know what happened, but.
There's a couple explanations of what may happen. One of our operators who was out there was sick for a few hours, and so Ken Ray had gone out there and started the process in Summit Hills, and then he got traded off by the operator who came back in. And so that switch over between Ken Ray doing stuff and him doing stuff, it kind of got messed. They are out there today, and we've put ice bits on 4 different graders, and they're starting to hit the subdivisions hard, specifically that one.
Yeah, cause I pulled in on the easternmost entrance and turned in that way, and then took one of those cross streets, and they hadn't done that either.
Okay.
So, yeah, if they're out there, I already had a call at 7:45. I don't give you my cell phone number, so I returned it and left a voicemail. So I appreciate you getting right out, cause that's about as bad as I've seen it.
Okay. Now, get out there and I'll just do the best I can.
Well, I told him, I said, you know, finally getting staffed up, but it's, you know, things aren't going to be in place till next year. And then we'll try to get at it a little quicker next year.
And we're still down 3 drivers.
Yeah. So why should I be getting a call from him? Did he call you yesterday?
He evidently called again this morning, and Ken Ray said we were gonna get out there today, but they're not out here yet, so, I don't know.
I don't know. But he's real pleasant when he calls, so I remain pleasant in return.
I don't think he has been that pleasant.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, if he gets unpleasant, I'll get unpleasant too.
An example of how those subdivisions are so hard to keep plowed,
Yep.
because all the roads out west, the county roads are in great shape.
Yeah.
Subdivisions are tough.
For as much snow as we've had, you guys have really kept the county roads in good shape.
Well, the tough thing is now, where it's colder, the ice bits aren't gonna be as.
The ice bits do a lot better than the regular bits,
Yeah,
but there's some of that when it turns into that blue ice, it just.
What are ice bits? Are they jagged? Is that what they are?
Yeah, they're jagged, some of them are called shark bits, and they have kind of an X shape on them. Some are scarifier bits, and they have little grooves that they cut, so there's a few different ways they can try to cut through it.
Need a couple of big Zambonis.
I don't wanna get that much ice.
Go smooth it out,
Yeah,
mix in some sand.
that'd take a long time in Zamboni.
Yeah, I noticed, you know, in our cul-de-sac, the city kind of piles it up, and so you got a big snow pile, and all the kids in the cul-de-sac like to make a snow fort there. I stopped and I said, oh, we're making a nice snow fort. He said, oh, we're making an ice skating rink on the bottom. So they're bringing some buckets of water.
Jeez.
Oh, boy.
That's helpful.
Well, they'll remove it, you know, when they kind of take the snow piles, which, thank you for getting these out of here with these juries. Boy, this is getting tough to park.
Yeah. I will tell you that they started at 5 AM this morning. And some of the people, if they complain to you, we had one lady that parked not in front of the pile, but adjacent to the pile, or a pile, and so Wes told her, you're gonna have to move. And she argued with him for quite a while. It's like, this is where I park, and your email said not in front of it. And it's like,
Was she an employee?
yeah, she was an employee.
Find out who it was.
I
Which car?
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
Well, because employees aren't supposed to be parking there.
Supposedly that was her spot, so.
See, and that's what we're trying to correct.
But yeah, Wes came in about a little after 9, he said,
See if you,
I'm tired of doing it.
see if you can get a description of the car, or
Okay,
if you don't know her name.
he may not remember.
Well, we need to make sure, you know, maybe just keep watching and see if
I don't even know what mile it was, but it's like, you know, if
It'd
you're,
have to be that one, cause they can't park in front of
and
this.
it could be one of the other parking spots. I mean, they
Yeah.
cleared out all the different
See if
parking
Wes knows
spaces, so.
which color and make, and, or color and,
Cause he shouldn't have to take that kind
Nope.
of use from an employee that's not supposed to be parking there.
Yeah, well, I don't know what pile it was, but
Could you find out?
yeah, I'll try to find out.
Tell Wes we're trying to give him some support
I will.
because we appreciate what he's doing.
One question from yesterday. So I got the information to Scott early this morning. He said on that small little 30, essentially 30 by 30 piece, he was gonna have it go to condemnation. Okay, so it was condemnation rather than quiet title.
Yeah.
Okay, I just, when he wrote that back, I wanted to make sure I understood.
That's what we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Weston is evidently gonna be doing that condemnation, but they have all the information they hopefully need. They've got the title report, the commitment, or the title commitment, the legal description, the title reports for all of it, so.
I think that just prevents any surprises down the road. That just takes care of it right now, yeah.
Scott reviewed the hatch pit and the hatch pit agreement. And basically, the only way it can be terminated is with mutual agreement.
Yeah, and that's what, yeah.
Were you in here?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
here
okay.
yesterday, so.
So that gives us a negotiating tool. I mean, if there is any money to come to mitigate.
Yeah, that agreement is really loosey-goosey,
Oh, yeah.
so,
it was the good old days.
yeah.
It's kind of like the lease that we had with the building over here that pretty soon the city forgot they were supposed to be paying all that. And they traded us utilities. I mean, it'll be a good one to clean up.
You know, Roger, I just had a thought. And we can continue to use the pit even once they put the road in, right?
Should be able to, yeah. It's gonna be, there's gonna have to be some expenditure on bigger fences maybe to try to keep that from blowing onto the road.
I
I
just
think
wondered
that's
if
their
this
issue.
is an opportunity, a window for the county,
That we
To
would put the
aggressively
highway through the
find a
middle of
new
our
bid.
bid.
maybe get some help and go ahead and fill it
I
up
think it's a negotiating
rather than the
point.
expense of grinding and hauling. Let's just go ahead and fill it, get out of it.
Yeah, but we're not really grinding the garbage anymore, we're just grinding the trees. We had it fill up overnight with the trees. But yeah, I mean, if we can aggressively find one, you know, the leverage I talk about is if there's any mitigation money that will help us do that if we're in condition. Because otherwise, you know, I won't take any turnips off your truck when it comes to dealing with the city this time. Because, you know, I'm guessing they'll come back with a big, with whatever mitigation they're gonna get and then say, you guys need to move.
Could we use any type of leverage to get the state to help us?
That's the leverage we need.
I wonder if we should start working on that right now.
You know, the city has presented to them that, oh, this is our title in our name, so I think they've got the impression. I don't wanna play that card until we're a part of it now.
Get the state bid.
And I think they've got the impression, you know, the city does, that, oh, well, we can just make a deal here.
Yeah.
Cause I think there's a lot of backroom meetings to get that to come through there. So we've gotta have a little bit of leverage to protect ourselves, you know.
I just thought if we get the state involved in helping us, maybe we'll come up with one.
But they'll be motivated if they, see that the process could be delayed.
Maybe we better get another meeting together with.
Well, let's wait and see what they offer. Cause the first thing they gotta do is do the environmentals and see if.
And they've got two years basically to finish up that environmental.
This is just that bullet in the backup.
There was a public meeting on the relinquishment of the existing Highway 26. Once construction is finished, there were 3 members of the public that showed up to that public meeting last night.
3.
3.
Anybody opposed?
What's that?
Anybody opposed?
They weren't really opposed, they weren't really in favor, it was just they were finding out more information and wanted it to be done tomorrow, the improvements and everything, so. And then there was one gentleman that evidently likes to talk with you, and I can't remember his name, but it wasn't Bill Craig, but he lives on 10th Street in Idaho Falls. And he just, I don't know, he wants more work on First Street done, and he wants more work on 45th, and he wants more work on 25th, and yeah, he just, when is the county gonna do this? Well, we're making strides on certain areas, but we can't cover everything, so.
Okay, maybe, probably be easier for you to just go ahead and slap them with Ron
Okay.
there.